Saudi Arabia is the largest country in the world without a single natural river. About 98% of its land is covered in barren sand, and rainfall is scarce. Yet in the midst of this desert, where only silent yellow dunes once stretched, Saudi Arabia has begun to create its own rivers. These aren't ordinary rivers. Instead of water flowing downhill from mountains, here water is pumped up the mountains. Thousands of kilometers of freshwater pipelines and an entire artificial river network seem to challenge the laws of nature. But the real question remains, when a country has no natural water, where does this water come from? And perhaps the most astonishing part, how is this seemingly impossible feat actually achieved? Dear viewers, you all know that Saudi Arabia's climate is extremely hot and arid. For example, the capital Riyadh receives an annual average of just 116 millimeters of rainfall. Back in 1950, its population was 3 million, but today it has grown to over 26 million, and this increasing demand has placed immense pressure on water reserves. So where does the fresh water come from when there are no natural rivers? To meet its needs, the kingdom long relied on extracting water from deep underground aquifers known as fossil water, which is accumulated over millions of years and will take equally long to replenish. This is essentially a non-renewable resource. For many decades, Saudi Arabia met about 70% of its water needs from this fossil water, and the consequences of this excessive use were alarming. NASA's GRACE mission satellite data revealed that between 2002 and 2016, the kingdom's underground water reserves were depleting at a rate of about 2 cubic kilometers per year, meaning that each year 2 billion liters of fossil water were being consumed. At that time, the population was around 18 million, and that meant each person had about 310 liters of water daily, while the global average is about 150 liters per person per day. It's like using a battery that can never be recharged. Not only was there no river, but the kingdom was also mismanaging its sole water source. Why did this happen? The water crisis worsened in the 1970s when the government decided to grow wheat locally instead of relying on imports. Although this initiative started with good intentions, it led to an enormous waste of water. The government provided subsidies, encouraging farmers, and agriculture quickly expanded. By 2003, 85% of the water was used for farming. This misuse drained the aquifers so rapidly that within a few decades, the government had to stop wheat farming altogether. Now, if Saudi doesn't use its sole water source, where will the fresh water come from? This groundbreaking project is about creating the world's largest artificial river, something unprecedented in scale and concept. Spanning about 12,000 kilometers, this man-made river is being constructed underground, a world-first endeavor. Under this project, approximately 9.4 billion cubic meters of water, or 940 billion liters, will be produced daily. This will be achieved through advanced desalination technology, turning the salty waters of the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf into fresh drinking water. This artificial river will travel underground, minimizing evaporation in the scorching desert. Its width and depth are designed so that water can flow continuously, reaching even the most water-scarce regions, including those atop mountains. This project isn't just about transporting water, it's also about reviving Saudi Arabia's dream of self-sufficiency in agriculture, growing its own crops, and reducing dependency on imports. This vision, once considered impossible on such land, aims to bring greenery to the desert through sustainable and abundant water, reducing reliance on food imports and diversifying the economy beyond oil. The artificial river will be 11 meters wide and 4 meters deep, stretching an astonishing 12,000 kilometers. Special anti-collision pipes with a diameter of 2.25 meters will carry water to distant areas, making the network twice as long as the Nile. This scale of engineering not only creates a new water source, but also a system previously unimaginable. If we were to lay out these pipes in a straight line, they could actually circle the globe. While the pipeline network will transport water across the entire country, the biggest challenge lies in desalinating the seawater. With 28 desalination plants along the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, the task isn't just about removing salt from water, but doing so with minimal energy and pollution.
This isn't easy, especially when demand is high and natural fresh water is non-existent. One key technology is multi-stage desalination, where large plants separate salt from water. The process sounds simple: heat the water, create steam, and then condense it. But the scale is truly mind-boggling. Imagine football field-sized steel tanks boiling seawater, then moving it to another chamber where the pressure is gradually lowered, allowing the water to evaporate at lower temperatures. The resulting steam is then condensed into fresh water. The advantage is that this process can operate on a large scale, and the leftover steam can drive turbines, generating some of the energy back and making the process more efficient. Besides distillation, another rapidly advancing technology is reverse osmosis, inspired by human cell biology. In reverse osmosis, seawater is pushed through ultra-thin polymer membranes with tiny pores so small that even a virus can't pass through. This system filters out about 99% of salts and minerals, producing pure water. The impressive part is energy efficiency. Modern reverse osmosis plants use only about 2.8 kilowatt-hours of electricity to produce 1,000 liters of water, roughly the same energy used by a household water pump. Today, 66% of Saudi Arabia's water demand is met by desalination, and the country has built over 500 dams with a total storage capacity of around 2 billion cubic meters. For instance, the King Fahd Dam can hold over 325 billion cubic meters, making it the largest dam in the country. These reservoirs not only provide drinking water for millions of people, but also support agriculture in the desert and help recharge underground aquifers. But there's another question that certainly comes to mind. When so much salt is separated from water each day, what happens to that salt? Remember, seawater contains about 35 grams of salt per liter. So if Saudi Arabia produces 94 billion liters of fresh water each day, that means around 329,000 tons of salt are left behind each day. To put that into perspective, the heaviest animal on Earth, the blue whale, only weighs about 200 tons. This salt is then discharged back into the sea, and the concentration of salt in one place can lead to dead coral zones in the Red Sea, causing environmental harm. Experts call this an invisible threat of desalination, because if this waste is dumped directly into the ocean, it raises the temperature and salinity of the water, posing a threat to coastal ecosystems. To combat this, the Saudi government is working on multi-diffuser systems, dispersing the brine in different locations rather than one single spot. Another idea under consideration is brine mining, extracting valuable minerals like magnesium and potassium, turning waste into a resource and reducing environmental impact. Today, Saudi Arabia is the world's largest producer of desalinated water, and the Guinness Book of World Records has recognized its water delivery network as the largest pipeline network globally. This network is continually expanding, and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman aims to meet 100% of the country's water needs by 2030. Another astonishing aspect of this project is the pipelines on mountains stretching 10,000 feet high. To push water uphill, massive pumping stations operate 24/7, consuming about 9% of the country's electricity. It's like rivers flowing uphill instead of downhill. These underground rivers are more than just pipelines. They're a testament to overcoming water scarcity with technology. Although the project is still new, the world looks forward to further improvements. Interestingly, Saudi Arabia, a country without any natural rivers, will host the World Water Forum in 2027, showing the world that even the most inhospitable environments can be transformed with innovation. This message from Saudi Arabia offers a new path for many nations and regions. We hope that you've enjoyed this insight.